what was it that inspired you and impressed you about the author? And the forward tells me that there is a philosopher sitting in this attorney.
A philosopher, maybe not in me, but maybe in Deepak, there's a philosopher for sure. But so I have known Deepak's son for probably over a decade. We've been working together, and he, of course, introduced me to his father, who is I would say definitely a philosopher who takes the concept of doing business to a philosophical level, and has helped us to understand the value and almost the religious significance of doing business in a way that takes it to a level of spiritual enlightenment.
And I was impressed by a self-made man who was running a business according to philosophical principles. His care was, yes, to make a profit, but to do so in a way that all were taken care of.
But talk to me a little bit about your impressions from the book, and as you were preparing to write forward, probably you paid extra attention and anything in particular.
Well, I think that the amazing thing is that I've read through all three of the books, and I was actually stunned and honored when I was asked to do the foreword for his third book. And it took so much for me to think about how to approach it, because I've never done a foreword for someone before. So what I really tried to do is to weave in my personal relationship, obviously, with Deepak, in addition to trying to weave in an understanding of whoever was reading the foreword, to help them to grab onto an understanding of what he was presenting them with, this higher level of understanding about how important work can be in terms of, again, it's like going to a different level altogether. I think that one of the things that Deepak is able to do is he's able to convey to the readers how important it is to care for others in the working environment. A lot of people, I think, don't understand how important it is to sort of be understanding of the whole, the greater good, as opposed to just themselves. And I think that Deepak has philosophically conveyed the importance of caring for others while you're going at the quote-unquote dog-eat-dog world.
My life has been tough all the way, and I have no complaint about the life. Actually, had it not been tough, I would not have been what I am. So adversities in other way proved to be the blessings in disguise. When I was born, I was born in a city called Ahmedabad in India, and I lost my father at the age of 9, and then onward the life was always tough. I worked my way hard and got scholarship to go to England, and I did my post-graduation in England. When I came back, I had a job. I was recruited from the campus in London University. And I came back to India, had a job as a production manager. But I didn't like the environment, not that it was bad then, it was worse than the England or nothing like that. But that particular factory was making grinding wheels. And I realized that people were dying of tuberculosis because they were inhaling the dust. I tried to improve the situation. Boss did not agree. So one fine day, I left my job. And at that point of the time, I didn't know what to do. But I decided one thing, that I do not want to work for someone. I'll work for myself. And I got transformed from an employee to an entrepreneur.
Because let me stop here, and this transition is quite interesting. And many people think about it. Some people venture, start doing their own thing. Many people take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And what are the major points that one should consider while thinking about this transition? And was there any mentor at that time for you who helped you in making the decision?
There was no mentor for me. My conscience was the only mentor. You see, what happens is, entrepreneurship is not meant for everybody. I will give you a simple example. When you want to know that XYZ can become an entrepreneur or not, you have to ask a simple question, that would you like to be a driver of Mercedes car, or would you like to be an owner of motorbike. Now he or she answers the question honestly that I want to be owner of motorbike and not a driver of Mercedes, then he or she is cut for the entrepreneurship. The essence of this example is when you want to be an entrepreneur, you are working for yourself, but you come last in the line to get the monetary benefits. And there has to be a fire in your belly to prevail over so many adversities. If you like security and if you like set income, 9 to 5 routine, you're not cut for the entrepreneurship. And this transition for me was not easy as well. But I had decided not to be an employee and I did what I wanted to do. That's why I am what I am today.
And writing a book also is not an easy task. You need
Yeah.
to have clear structure or at least deep and intense desire
Yes.
that there is something that you want people to learn or know or you want to share. So, talk to me a little bit about how the first book came into being. You dreamt of the book or
I
it
did not.
unfolded as you started writing?
Okay, I can write another book on how to write a book. And fifth book maybe on how to get published. And then one more, even if you are a published author, people won't buy your book. And even if they buy, they might not pay you. I've gone through all this in the commercial world. Uh, but joke apart, look, I do not write books for making living. I wrote books to reveal how I live. You know, with God's grace, I'm making enough money in my business. Why I started to write book was the reason was very simple. The the main reason behind writing my book was to inspire people, I mean the reader, and transform them life. And the basic message was that if I can do with all these troubles, in spite of everything, why can't you do it wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are doing? The message was again, get up, don't give up. And again, world is yours, provided you never give in.